Our movie opens inside a quiet lab. A man in a white coat watches a rat takes its last breath, killed instantly by a deadly chemical. The scene shifts to a bustling Kolkata metro, where a one-passenger frantically searches for his missing bag. In the crowd, a woman's milk bottle slips and shatters, releasing invisible poison. Within moments, every passenger collapses. The train turns into a graveyard. 2 years later, a pregnant woman named Vidya Bagchi arrives in Kolkata from London. Her husband, Arnab, vanished during a work trip here. The city is celebrating Durga Puja, but Vidya's eyes search only for one face. Her life partner, the man who promised to return. She walks into a local police station and meets Inspector Rana, a young and sincere officer. Vidya explains that Arnab was a software engineer at the National Data Center. He came to India for a short assignment, but never contacted her again. Now, with her child growing inside her, she's determined to find him herself. Rana helps her visit the same house where Arnab supposedly stayed, but the staff management deny he never visited there. Vidya insists she remembers every detail, the curtains, the teapot, even the faint smell of the room. Still, no record of his existence. Not willing to give up, Vidya rents that same room, hoping for clues. At night, loneliness hits hard. Tears flow as she clutches Arnab's photo. Her only comfort is a little boy named Vishnu, a house helper with a kind smile. As Vidya's search goes deeper, she meets Agnes, the HR manager at National Data Center, or NDC, but Agnes too denies ever hiring Arnab. When Agnes checks his photo, she hesitates, then mentions someone who looks strikingly similar, a former employee named Milan Damji. 2 years ago, Milan disappeared without a trace, the same day people killed in the train metro. Vidya's search wasn't over. It had just taken a darker turn. Agnes, the HR manager at NDC, had tried to access the old employee records, but the system denied her. She believed the answers might lie in the company's previous office, where old files were still stored. Meanwhile, we see a quiet, simple-looking man named Bob Biswas. By day, he works as an insurance agent. By night, he is a contract killer. His boss constantly scolds him for poor sales, but Bob doesn't care. He's waiting for his next target. On same evening, Bob receives unknown text message, and that night, he pays Agnes a visit. She welcomes him kindly, and within seconds, Bob pulls out a silenced pistol and shoots her dead. One clean kill. The world thinks Bob sells policies. Only a few know he sells death. Who hired him? That mystery will unfold later. Now we see Mr. Khan, an officer from the Intelligence Bureau. He learns that just before dying, Agnes had tried to open a confidential profile, someone named Milan Damji. Khan rushes to Kolkata and seeks out Vidya, the last person Agnes spoke to. Vidya shares everything. Khan listens, then tells her there is no Milan Damji. Go back to London. But Vidya's eyes don't hesitate. I'll go, but only with my husband, she replied. Khan warns her to stop interfering, while Inspector Rana, still helping her quietly, searching for more crucial clues. When Khan notices, this case is ours now, he confronts it coldly. Vidya recalls Agnes's last words about the old office, and she goes there with Rana. At the same time, Bob Biswas, a contract killer, gets new instructions: steal Milan Damji's personnel file from old office building. Inside the abandoned office, Vidya searches the dusty cabinets and finds the file. One look, and her heart stops. Milan Damji looks exactly like Arnab. The same face, the same eyes. Before she can understand anything, Bob appears and attacks. Vidya and Rana hardly escape with their lives. They both rush to Khan and hand him the file. Khan studies the photo and finally speaks. That's not your husband. This man is Milan Damji, a rogue agent. 2 years ago, he planned and organized the deadly gas attack in the Kolkata train metro. Khan explains that Milan Damji once was a government agent who switched sides, betraying his own country. Powerful people protected him, Khan warns. If you keep playing private detective role, you'll end up to death. In the opening scene, a man experimenting on rats was Milan Damji. So far, No one knows if they're two men or one wearing two faces. This truth hits her hard. But Vidya continues her search with Rana. Later, as she waits for a metro train, Bob appears behind her, pushes her toward the edge, just as a train arrives. For a heartbeat, death is inches away. Then, shockingly, Bob pulls her back and says, "This city is dangerous. Leave before it swallows you." As Khan asks his superior Bhaskaran to reopen the case of Captain Pratap, once part of the operative mission of one failed project, and after that Pratap left the bureau, Bhaskaran says bitterly, "Doesn't mean we shut down the whole bureau," and tell Khan to leave the room. Now we see Captain Pratap speaks to Bhaskaran, his voice heavy with guilt. "You told me to train ordinary civilians into the bureau's best agents. 2 turned out well, but the third, Milan Damji, I created a monster, and someone inside our bureau helped him to escape. When I find that traitor, I'll return." Back to Vidya. She is still struggling with the puzzle. 3 possibilities haunt her mind. Either Arnab abandoned her, or Arnab is Milan Damji, or they simply look alike, and that likeness has trapped her husband in danger. Following the address in Milan's file, Vidya reaches his house, but it's completely empty, stripped bare. Nearby locals and neighbors, she learns that a man with a briefcase used to visit Milan often. That clue becomes her new lead. Soon, she discovers Milan's blood group is extremely rare, the kind people usually store in blood banks for emergencies. At the blood bank, she learns that the last time this blood was used was in 2008, but there's no record of who received it. Later, one police informant reveals that, in 2008, 2 men met in an abandoned factory. Both shot each other dead. But there was a third man, the one who requested Milan's blood type. Then Vidya goes to meet Doctor, who was on duty the night of that abandoned factory incident. He promises to check the records, but before he can, Bob Biswas visits him. Smiling politely, Bob greets the doctor, and then shoots him on head same as Agnes, killed and erased. Vidya soon learns that one of the dead men was a police informant from the Metro attack case, and the other, a government agent. She starts seeing the connection. Someone is cleaning up anyone linked to Milan Damji. As days pass, Inspector Rana hides his feelings. He begins to care deeply for Vidya, knowing she's married and carrying a child. One afternoon, he catches her dusting the house herself and offers to help. Vidya smiles faintly. "No need. I can't stand dust. It makes me restless." Later, Rana tells her he found nothing about the third man. Vidya suspects the police informant had crucial information for the agent, something Milan found out, forcing him to kill them both. But if Milan was wounded in that shootout, where did he go for treatment? Her next lead brings her face to face with the man who used to visit Milan Damji's house, Mr. Sridhar, the chief technical officer at NDC. What shocks her most is that Sridhar already has her photo. Bob Biswas tracks Vidya. In the moments he was from shooting, Rana appears, saving her just in time. In that chaos, Bob runs, but on the road hit by a speeding car, dying on the spot instantly. From Bob's phone, Rana uncovers that all the target photos, including Vidya's, were uploaded from a hidden website. Using her hacking skills, Vidya traces the IP address behind it, and her suspicion turns deadly clear. The source leads straight to Sridhar's computer, and that IP address has given an order to Bob Biswas to kill her. Vidya and Rana decide to go at Sridhar's office, and within minutes, she confirmed that the same computer sent every assassination order. Vidya moves like lightning. While Sridhar's office is closed, she copies every file, including every hidden folder, that sends an alert message on Sridhar's phone. His system is active, and someone is using. He panics and rushes back to office, but Vidya and Rana have already done their task in time. Sridhar tracks them instantly by chasing them in a narrow passage but crowded area, beats Rana savagely. In the struggle, his pistol falls. Vidya grabs it without conscious thought. A shot rings out. Sridhar collapses and dies. At the same moment, Khan arrives, furious. We needed him alive. The truth hits Vidya like a punch. Rana isn't just a sympathetic cop. He worked for Khan. Mr. Khan reveals the ugly plan. They've been hunting Milan Damji for 2 years, failing. He needed someone no one would suspect, a frightened, pregnant foreign wife. A woman with a missing husband won't be watched, Khan says, blunt and cold. Vidya realizes she has been used by Mr. Khan and Rana. Khan orders her to hack Sridhar's machine again. Reluctant and desperate for any lead to his husband Arnab, Vidya agrees. Inside the file, she finds a coded string. After decoding it, a phone number appears of Bhaskaran's. Khan tells her to call him and lie claim that she found some documents and papers from Sridhar's computer that indicates your name. An agent of replacement helped me to find my husband. Bhaskaran hangs up the call saying that local team can help you personally. I cannot do anything. Bhaskaran is the last thread to reach Arnab or Milan. But what's surprised that just after hanging up the phone call, she receives another phone call from unknown number. That's from Milan Damji. His voice is strict. If you want to see your husband alive, wait for my next call. Khan coldly says the informant who recognized Milan must be silenced, even if it costs Vidya life. Meaning anyone who sees Milan must be killed. When Rana realizes this, he protests to Khan, but Khan's answer is steel. We do it for the country. A message receives of time and location. Place where Goddess Durga's ceremony going to be performed. All women's having same dress near the river, red and white. Vidya dresses in a similar sari, folding grief into silk, and walks into the festival. Mixed into the worshippers, but on sudden message drag her on empty, silent street. There, on the end of that street, Milan Damji is waiting. He doesn't demand money or weapons. He asks for papers. Give me what I want, he says, and I'll tell you where your husband is. Vidya has nothing but her courage. In response, she says, you will never retrain my husband back. On this, Milan Damji senses the trap and turns to leave. Desperation, she grabs him. Milan turns ruthless and kicks Vidya hard in the stomach. She collapses, gasping, pain tearing through her body. But the moment he raises his gun to finish her, Vidya's trembling hand reaches for her belly, and she rips off her fake baby bump. Milan freezes, shock flashes in his eyes. Vidya's sadness turns into fury. With lightning speed, she stabs his leg and neck with the sharp edge of her wet hair clip. Milan staggers back, bleeding, trying to run, but Vidya, calm and precise like a trained assassin, picks a gun and fires. One bullet after another. Milan Damji's story ends right there. As we hear the crowd's chants and worships the name of Goddess Durga nearby, Vidya slips away into the locals where no one can identify, leaving only a small envelope addressed to Rana. Thank you. Khan rushes in, furious and confused, but she's gone, lost among hundreds of women in red and white dress. They all look the same, symbols of Goddess Durga. And Khan realizes he never truly knew who Vidya Bagchi was. Rana smiles softly. Sir, Vidya was a story. When Rana visits her hotel room, the truth unravels. The story given by Vidya is all illusion and fictional about her family or about Arnab's uncle or the kid's school, and importantly about his missing husband Arnab. All fiction. Vidya had built a perfect illusion. Every clue, every tear, every word, part of her plan. Khan orders fingerprints, but Rana shakes his head. No use. She cleaned everything, not out of habit, but to erase herself. Khan asks, then who was her husband? Rana replies, the same way you told her Milan didn't exist, she told you her own story. Vidya and Arnab were never real. She was never pregnant. She used us to reach Milan. The envelope holds a pen drive loaded with evidence against Bhaskaran. It's all clear now. Vidya was never the victim. She was justice in disguise. And then the story reveals Vidya's husband, Arap Basu, was an intelligence bureau officer. He was the same man killed in the Kolkata metro gas attack. Milan was responsible. Arap Basu was one of the officers trained by Captain Pratap, his real wife. Vidya lost both her husband and unborn child that same day. Blaming herself for his death, she and the captain crafted a plan. She would become Vidya Bagchi, the grieving pregnant woman, and hunt Milan Damji down. Her revenge is complete. His wife did what even the system couldn't. But the sadness of losing him and their child will never fade. Still, she walks ahead, strong and silent, her mission done. Bhaskaran is arrested. Milan, Sridhar are gone. The families of the Metro victims finally get justice. Everyone thought she was searching for her husband, but in reality, everyone was part of her plan. Thus ends the story, a woman's journey from sadness to power, from loss to justice. If your heart just said, amazing, then hit the like button now. Thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed this. See you in next amazing video. Till then, take care and best wishes. But don't forget to like and subscribe.